Oh, yeah, cool. Hello everyone. Again, welcome to our third. No, I don't know. I've lost count really. But yeah, welcome to our webinar with. Today we are featuring Neo. You guys might remember him from our last webinar, which was a network blunder. Um, but we apologize for that. We're back again. Hopefully this time everything will go smoothly and we won't have any hiccups. I just want to say thank you to Neo again for coming back and being willing to, return and do this thing all over again. We both know no one really loves repetition, you know. So you just want to do something once and then get it over with so you can move on to the next one because honestly, we have other things to do. So I honestly want to say thank you again for coming back. I want to start off um, where we started off last week. I've had time to think about your quote on Instagram, regression to the mean. Um, just so I can recap for some of our viewers because the previous video was taken down obviously. But regression to the mean I had said based on the research that I did that it's like to give like a simple example when you look at Man City and how they were winning like 21 games in a row and like breaking records. That was something in the football world that was extreme. It's considered to be extreme because it's not something that happens all the time. You can almost call it luck, but eventually, obviously you would climb high, and once you've reached that peak, you are bound to come back and back to level one again, start over, and then reach another peak, and then back again, which is what happened to Man City when they lost to Thingy. Man United, unfortunately, because I'm such a big Man City fan. But yeah, I think that's what I got from what regression to the mean is. But what I want to know is what it means for you specifically, why you chose to put it on your thingy, on your profile on Instagram and say regression to the mean. Because you are a writer, so I'm expecting like a deep, um, something deep and, thought provoking, something like that. So I'm interested to hear, like, what does it mean for you?
Wow, Sam, you summarized it perfectly, man. Yeah, honestly, regression to the mean to me, just like I said the last time, it
Yeah.
basically means, no matter how good things get, like Man City unbeaten run, no matter how good things get, or no matter how bad things get, alternatively, things will always find a way to go back to the mean. And that may
Mm.
be maybe the average point in your life where everything is just as it usually is.
Yeah.
And I strongly believe in that statement because in the end, life is just a balancing act. Things aren't always all good and things aren't always all bad. They always
Mm.
have a way of returning back to the middle, returning back to the mean. So that's
Yeah.
just the definition for me, man.
Cool. Is there like an event in your life that you can say, how can I put it? Like, is there a specific event that you can say took you to that extreme or to that low, where you eventually found yourself back to that me, that you can say probably changed your life or your perspective or how you view things. Something. Um, I forget the English word. It's not a home language, guys. It is not a home language, but it's like like something like an epiphany or something that will trigger you to change something like for good, for the better though. You know, is there an event that you can say brought that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as humans, when we go through tragedy, a lot of stuff changes. Whether that's around us or whether that's inside of us internally. But whenever we go through any form of trauma, any form of loss, we experience that deep, abject feeling of this is the worst it's ever been. For example, you said, is there a point where I can pull it, a pinpoint where it's been really bad? I'd say um my dad passed away like six months ago. I would say at that
Okay.
point it was a really
Yeah.
really tough period where I was like, okay, in terms of regression to the mean, in terms of the balancing act, this is one of the worst points. But I know, and I'm testament to it now, that things can return back to the middle or the
Yeah.
average. No, so
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
do get. It's essentially it's a way of saying things get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure because of what you do again. You are involved in a lot of projects. You are a student at UCT Med. You're doing medicine. You are an academic, if I can put it like that. You are an academic. You own your own company. You own your own company. You are doing all these amazing things. You are into fitness. All these things that take time. I just want to know where do you find all the time to do everything that you do, and still maintain that that sanity, that level of mental fitness to be able to do everything that you do the way that you do it, so that you don't collapse or overwork yourself. How do you do that? How do you find that balance for you?
Um. Yeah, and that, every time this is the second time I've heard this question from you, and every time you ask it, man, it's just a pardon me, it's just a very tough question to answer because, like I said the last time, it just boils down to priorities and what you
Yeah,
prioritize as something that should be important in your life, because we all have
mm,
the same number of hours in our day.
yeah,
Um, So it's up to us, how we're going to. Because I think The Rock says, in what world does a human not work every day? And that just resonated with me. In some capacity, you have to, as a human, build something or create or at least aspire towards something. And for me,
yeah.
I feel like I've been blessed with the capacity to do all the things that I do. So I try my best to do them to my best ability.
Hmm.
And
Perfect, perfect.
speaking of, obviously doing a lot of things, I've also seen that you're now, for one, interviewing me right now, and you also have a co-owned business with your brother, Be Suited.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I actually literally just came from that.
Mm,
So I had to obviously wake up, go to the shop. It's a at 9. We open at 9, and I had to go for a run at 4:30, and had to rush back home so that I can do this interview. So it's hectic. It's hectic, but you have to find the time. And the shoot said again, that's my brother's company, like I mentioned before. He founded it. We tailor suits, we make suits, we just dress you up, man, for whatever occasion and event. We will dress you up. I'm sure you've seen obviously the pictures and the videos
oh,
and all of that,
definitely,
and
definitely.
yeah. So yeah, so that's what we do. That's what we do. I literally just came from there. Um, but in terms of finding time and that balance, it's important to have a team. A team that's pulling
Mm,
together and working together towards the same vision and same goal. Because with unity, bro, you can literally do anything, like
mm,
anything and everything. So that's how we are doing it. That's how we find our sanity, by staying together. It's 7 guys, dude. That's a lot of
yeah,
egos. it's
yeah,
seven
yeah.
niggas. It's 7 niggas pulling together, but we are making it work. We are making it work, and it's amazing. That's why I always promote unity, because I've seen it and I know what it does.
Mm.
And it's just all positive. But yeah, thank you for asking. Thank you
Of
for
course, man.
asking.
I see the suits, and
But
it's,
yeah, there. I want to talk about Oakmont right now, and